and allow me to extend a hand of welcome to all of you, visitors to my garden. My name is Celeste. Celeste D. Auslese. Okay, so I think we might be in there as long as they don't, as long as Dean and Reyes don't miss their attacks. He's too far away. Okay, so how about we invigorate? He is still too far away for that. Oh, you know what we can do? Knock out meatballs. Good stuff. Alright. Wow, 10,000? Jeez, dude. That would have been way helpful before now. Huh. We did it? No joke? We seriously beat him? No way. Well, well. I'm impressed. Yeah. Of course it was too good to be true. Figures. Don't go getting too down in the dumps. You managed to get one over on me. You should still feel proud of yourselves. Anyway, now I'm confident I've got a good handle on what you're capable of. So let me break down how you did. Now? You're gonna tell us our exam results then? Here it comes. We did good, right? First up, Dean. I'm first? As a plus, your judgment ain't anything to sniff at. On the other hand, you have a tendency to play it safe even when you don't have to. You're next, Reyes. Lay it on me! Your forte is your intuition. In that department, there's solid potential. As far as negatives go, it's hard to overlook how careless you can be when a situation calls for critical thinking. Finally, there's you, Rocco. I'll give you credit for your determination and unrelenting drive to get the job done. But I really can't praise your inability to make calm, rational decisions. Stick those two qualities together and you're a walking accident waiting to happen on your own. So, as I'm sure you can already tell, the three of you just aren't there yet. You're all missing something before I could call you ready. Watching you all work, I was on tenterhooks the whole time. I hate to admit it, but he's probably right. Guess we're done then. That's just if I rate the three of you as individuals. If I rate you as a team, then my verdict becomes a little different. Huh? Wait. What? Watching you take on that last monster on the way here was when I was finally able to stake my confidence in you. Individually, none of you meet the mark. But slap the three of you together and you just about squeeze over the line. So, put them all together and they're just barely enough to make one whole junior bracer. And that's why I'm gonna give you a passing grade. On one condition. We passed? What's the condition? You can be bracers, but you can only accept jobs as a group of 3, not individually. Not until you become senior bracers anyway. We'll see where you stand then. I'll be passing the news on to Gene, so once that's done and over with, he can throw all the work you can handle your way. Together? That's right. I want you to build up experience working together as a group. Work on each of your weaknesses. Then, by the time you hit senior level, you'll hopefully be ready to take on the kind of solo work that you can't do now. I see. I can't help but feel lame for only getting a conditional pass. Sure, but it beats flunking out completely. Exactly. Well, I'll be expecting a lot of improvement from you guys. By the way, you planning on sticking to stun rods as your main weapons? I'll buy you all new ones from the weapon shop over in Bose in honor of you passing. Just a little something from me. So they are? I actually kind of, like, when he brought that up, I was hoping that they would be like, no, we've all got different weapons in mind. You're gonna buy us something? That's awesome! I think I'm gonna be sick. Well, hey, for crying out loud. My rep with you guys is even worse than I thought. I'm not some kind of evil monster that feeds off of pain and suffering, you know. Could have fooled me. He might be right, though. I mean, he's always nice to that little girl. He's gotta have a soft spot hidden in there somewhere. What was her name? Tita? You want to run that by me again? Crap. Why'd you have to go and bring her up? Oops. So that's how you guys want to play this, huh? I should have known being nice wasn't gonna get me anywhere. Way to frickin' go, Reyes. No more messing around. Your asses are gonna be running your way back to the entrance. Anyone who falls behind any more than I'm willing to allow gets my blade chucked in the back of their head. Right. You're the one with the most stamina here, Rocco. You gotta lead the way so he doesn't catch up with us. That was the plan all along. Exhausting right to the very end, huh? Less talking, more running. Right, okay, yes sir. Alright. We did it though. Side story training agate style finished. Super gladiator headband. We deserve that, dude. 100 Mira! What? Wow. Interesting. The super gladiator headband must be godlike then. Equip. Let's see. Oh, it's up here. CP recovery up. Defense minus 25 though. We need those mirage rings, at least for the time being. Prevents move and speed down. Runs poison. We don't really have any space for it right now, but soon. Alright, so from here, I decided to play it a little smarter. Wow, it starts off all the way over there? Not sure how fair that is, but I guess it makes sense they wouldn't want it to be... There we go. At our mercy that quickly. Oh, we are counting on you, dude. We need this orbital down to work. Because if it doesn't, we are stuck. How about some Latiers would be nice too. Is it gonna work though? Nope, it resists it. Alright, I'm about to grind. Okay. So after, as you can see, we just lost the Earth Guard on Reese, but you know what hasn't happened since we've been Earth Guarding? This thing used Inhale Vitality Sibylle once when it first came onto the field, and then not even one more time after that. So all that prep for nothing, but you know what? This fight sucks, and I'm glad to be done with it. F this fight, dude. Not even kidding. Oh well. I guess it's like, yeah, I mean, what did I expect when I picked hard difficulty, right? That the fight was actually gonna be hard? Oh, so surprising. Joke's on me, though. Well, actually, now the joke is on Arachne Zigma. So I gotta say, Swingwiches OP, dude. Swingwiches OP. That and 3 out of our 4 party members being able to use Earth Guard, that definitely made things easier for us. What if this thing has another form? I would cry. I would weep openly if that thing had a 3rd, more difficult form, dude. Oh my god. Softening Bomb and a Wind Gem. Okay. Yeah, they look how I'm feeling. What was up with that last one? That was so unfair. That must have been Zigma, the 3 sisters' mother. And even she was not able to stop us, thankfully. Thankfully, right. Ooh, is that a silver sealing stone? What? That looks like... Interesting. Found sealing stone. I don't know who could be in this one, though. Another sealing stone, huh? I honestly figured Renne's was gonna be the last. Huh. So I was in a pretty stone like that when you found me, too? I feel like a princess in a fairy tale. You kinda were like a little princess, actually. I think this one may actually be different. Is this the sealing stone for, like, the next, stratum or something? Or the next plane, rather. The other stones had a strange sense of warmth when you held them. Not so for this one. Really? Is it 'cause it has something bad in it? No. Instead of the usual warmth, it seems to have a cool, almost divine feel to it. Almost as if it might contain the goddess herself within. Sharp as usual. Is this gonna be Schwartz Ritter? Because it's been a while since he showed up. Yeah. He's here! Who's that? So you decided to show your face again, did you? The priest is still unconscious, I see. What a shame. I was rather surprised to find out that he can only use his stigma's power against heretics. Well, it's not like he can only use it. Rather, he's got to brand you a heretic before he's willing to do it. Even power of that magnitude is meaningless if it's so limited and has such repercussions. I almost pity him. To tell you the truth, I wasn't expecting you to reach this point so quickly. Your final piece is inordinately capable. I don't know about quick. We've, like, what am I? I'm at like 50 hours at this? Oh, might you be referring to me? Thanks to you, I ended up having to make my appearance sooner than I was expecting. I suppose I should have expected no less from the host of Gransel's finest tea party. That's very true. Regardless, I came to fulfill a duty, and fulfill it I shall. Please, please don't make us fight him! Think of that stone as a gift for gathering all the pieces scattered throughout Fantasma. It contains not an additional piece, but a rulebook of sorts that you may find beneficial. Oh, so this is going to be the ins and outs of how Fantasma actually works. A rulebook? That certainly explains why it feels different compared to the others. Could this mean that you're finally ready to face us head-on rather than continuously taunting us? Please say no! Whether that time comes is entirely up to you. For now, all I will say is this. On the next game board, all of you will find yourselves face to face with a number of trials to overcome. He's escaping again! Wait a damn minute! Is that all you've got to say? What kinds of trials? A variety in all shapes and sizes. Even I will be one of them. So we will have to fight Schwartz Ritter next go round. Okay. You? Really now? I eagerly anticipate seeing whether you are able to overcome them all and make it to me. Don't disappoint me now. So, does Richard have anything to add? Oh. It's almost as if he can't help but try to taunt us. He stays just long enough to say something cryptic and then leaves before elaborating every single time. Oh, I just love those types. Is something wrong, Estelle? Oh, it's nothing. Anyway, we might have got nothing but cryptic teasers out of him, but we do have a new sealing stone to unlock. I think we should head back to the garden and get to it. I agree. I'm quite curious as to just what this rulebook is as well. Yeah. Is it gonna immediately take us there? Yep. Alright, the full enormous crowd. Man. I shudder to think how many playable party members there are gonna be in Trails of Cold Steel 3. The way it glows is pretty different compared to all the other sealing stones. You're right. I wonder who's going to appear out of it. Kloe? Is something wrong? No, it's just... the light radiating from it feels somehow nostalgic. Huh? That comes as no surprise. Is this gonna be Celeste D Auslese? Oh, that music though! It's her. What? She looks like... This is gonna be Celeste D, Auslese, isn't it? Though the opening made it seem like Kevin would be present for this. I'm so glad I can finally communicate with you like this. I wonder how many hundreds of years it's been since I was last able to hold a true conversation. Your Highness? Wait. You aren't... Are you? It's a pleasure to have the chance to meet one of my own descendants. And allow me to extend a hand of welcome to all of you, visitors to my garden. My name is Celeste. Celeste D. Auslese. Jeez, dude! Kloe and her nostalgic warmth. Chapter 5, Labyrinth of Shadows and Light. Save. Better believe we're gonna save. We earned this victory, dude. We earned this sealing stone. They made us work for it. Those archdevils are really good to grind on, by the way, in case you were wondering. You've reached the Emerald City Church. How may I help you? Oh, is that you, Kevin? I didn't think you'd be there already, so I was just going to leave a message with the priest. That's probably Ein, actually. Oh, hey, Rufina. Oh, no. Okay, this must be the last conversation he had with her then. Yeah, I got here late this morning. How about you? When do you think you'll be getting here? I'm going to be a little late, I'm afraid. There's been an accident or something, so the train's been delayed. I probably won't be getting there until this evening now. Gotcha. I'll wait here till you arrive. I think Reese and the kids would get all bent out of shape if I showed up without you. Oh, please. I'm sure you're just exaggerating. Although, speaking of Reese, I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to cheer her up. I've got it all planned out. I've been stocking up on souvenirs from every mission I've been going on. Should be enough to snap her out of her funk. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Girls her age are more complex than you think. Yeah? I guess she's not really a kid anymore now that she's 13, but still. Actually, that's about how old you were when we first met, right? Okay, so she was 13, Reese is 18 right now, and Kevin is 22? So that would make Kevin 17 here. Wait, was Kevin 21 or 22? Or was he 23? He's somewhere right there. Now that you mention it, it was. How time flies. Sorry, it looks like the train's about ready to leave. I'm going to have to go. I'll see you later then, alright? If you get bored of waiting, you're welcome to go home ahead of me, of course. Got it. See you later. Man, how time flies is right. Have I really not been home in 2 years? And I guess that makes 9 since I met Rufina. I hope Reese isn't too grumpy when we finally get there. Kevin! What is it, Father? Has something bad happened? Well, I've just received word that someone spotted a group of men dressed in all black at the edge of town. What's worse is, they were supposedly heading for the mountain path. You don't think... If they were, Astor House must be their target, I fear. Do you have any idea what could be going on? Men in black. Are these Jaeger dropouts, maybe? I wish I did. I doubt it's anything to do with the Schwartz Ritter, at least. I think I should go and check it out just in case. Please do. Oh, do you know when Rufina's going to be arriving, by the way? This evening, by the sound of it. She said her train's been delayed. When she arrives, can you let her know what happened? So, are these the people he's going to manifest his stigma against, maybe? Damn it. Jaegers? Seems like there's anywhere between 5 and 10 of them. But what could they want with a gospel facility to begin with? The longer they're allowed to be in there, the more danger the kids are in. I'm gonna have to try and handle this alone. It's time to put my combat skills to good use. Yeah, they're not gonna have us fight here. That would be really wild, to fight as young Kevin. Chapter 6, The Guardian's Trials. The Legion of Heroes Chosen the Sky the Third. But yes. Celeste? Wasn't that the name we saw in those data crystals? That's right. According to those, she was the de facto leader of the group of ancients who sealed away the Oriole. She was also the founder of Liberl's current royal family. I'm glad to see the information I left behind ended up proving useful to someone. It really did! So then you're really the founder of Liberl's royal family? Not technically. I'm not the real Celeste D. Auslese. Think of me as something of a shadow. Or a partial copy or personality created in order to influence Fantasma from within. How can you only be a partial copy? The truth behind you is apparently more complicated than we thought. You don't appear to be a spirit of some kind, though. I see that now. That is correct. Before I try to explain just what I am, I should probably tell you more about what the world we are in is first. You can do that? This should be interesting. Okay. As you are aware, the land in which you stand is called Fantasma. This is a world belonging to a higher plane of existence, created several thousands of years ago by the Oriole. Its purpose was to act as a subsystem for the Oriole in order to incorporate and process the will of the Liberl Arc's populace. Oh! So this is where the populace of the Liberl Arc went when they wanted to get their desires fulfilled, I guess. But it's been warped, I'm guessing, by the Lord of Fantasma. One might call it a self-organized world designed to realize countless possible others as necessary. Pardon? You've lost me. Yeah, isn't there a simpler way to explain this? Well, while not technically correct, perhaps you could think of it this way. Fantasma is like a fictitious realm created by the Oriole in order to fulfill humanity's every wish and desire. That's better. What exactly qualifies Fantasma as fictitious? I can't help but think it far too real to be a land of pure fantasy. I mean, we are standing inside of it right now. When I say a fictitious world, I don't mean to suggest that Fantasma is a complete lie. It's more like a shadow graph or kaleidoscope. It has its own laws and can change to reflect countless different possibilities. I've never heard of a shadow graph. I'm gonna have to Google that later. Does this make the concept any easier for you to understand? Somewhat, yes. And suddenly the name Fantasma seems that much more appropriate. I've got a feeling that's the only thing Mueller is gonna say during this whole exchange. As I stated previously, it was a subsystem of the Oriole rather than being the Oriole itself, and it helped to grant people's desires. They were separate entities, but effectively like two sides of the same coin. The relationship caught our eye as we were devising the sealing mechanism. You mean the mechanism used to seal away the Oriole? That was also in those data crystals left behind. Exactly. At first, we thought our plan would be impossible to execute. After all, the Oriole had absolute control over space itself, and was able to influence mankind's every action. Even after coming upon the idea of temporarily freezing it and imprisoning it with a gravity barrier, we had no way to implement our plans. Without that, they were simply ideas with no real meaning. And she said temporally rather than temporarily. We were effectively at a total loss. You had discovered your foe's weakness, but had no way to take advantage of it. That must have been quite the frustrating predicament. Indeed. And yet, our perseverance rewarded us with the development of something that could take advantage of that weakness. The Recluse Cube. So that's what the cube is called. Is that what this is known as, then? Yes. That is the only object in existence able to interact with Fantasma without relying on the Oriole as an intermediary. Celeste used that to create a partial copy of her personality, that is, me, inside Fantasma. And once inside, I began working to sabotage Fantasma's functionality by using this garden as my base of operations. As a result of my efforts, the Oriole's processing ability was hindered just long enough for the plan to be executed. He who catches his foe off guard wins the battle. The same principle applies to martial arts, too.
It sounds like you really put a lot of thought into planning everything.
Maybe, but I can't deny that luck played a part in the end. Once the Oriole was sealed away, my work was done, and I fell into a deep sleep here. Whew. My reason being that if the Oriole were ever unsealed, I might be able to provide assistance to the people of that time. I'm pleased you've been able to handle it just fine without my help, however.
Luck's played a huge part for us too, though.
We're not even sure where the Oriole is now. As far as we're aware, it disappeared during all that happened at the Liberl Arc. But it's probably not going to turn out to be that easy when a Septarion is concerned. I thought as much. I was able to confirm the Oriole's disappearance from here within Fantasma too. When I did so, I thought my purpose for existing was finally over, and that all that was left for me in this land was to embrace a slow and peaceful destruction. But that was not to be. Soon, the Lord of Fantasma appeared. So the Lord of Fantasma appeared shortly after we defeated the Oriole and Weissman. So that's when it happened.
Quite a recent development, I see.
The Lord of Fantasma appeared out of nowhere, stealing all of my power before I was even aware what happened. After doing so, they began to remake Fantasma in accordance to their own designs. Both this world's current structure and the planes that make it up. We're all the Lord of Fantasma's creations. Looks like your theory was correct, Renne. Still, that makes it sound like... Yeah. So you don't know who that masked bastard is either, then? I'm afraid not. Their every action thus far has been a mystery. Ordinarily, they should not have been able to gain access to this world in the first place. And I'm afraid I have no idea what they are trying to achieve by bringing all of you in here and testing you. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, that's the part we want to know most of all.
I only wish I could be of more help. The only other thing I can say about them is that I suspect the Lord of Fantasma is currently in the 7th plane. There's a 7th?
What makes you think that?
That was the first plane they created after appearing in this world. How do you start with the 7th plane, though? Wouldn't that make that plane the first?
Well, Fantasma works differently, so I guess.
Just what kind of place that plane is, I don't know. But I can sense dark, inhuman thoughts from there, and they're spreading out across the whole of Fantasma.
That doesn't sound good. Then we'll be seeing them after the next one, won't we?
Yeah, we just finished the 5th when we came back here. Presuming they're waiting for us on the 7th, the time to fight them head-on may not be that far off. I was getting tired of waiting. As was I. It seems the end may finally be in sight. Now, if only we had some sort of inkling as to what the Lord of Fantasma is trying to achieve. Actually, I just might. Of course Kevin was listening to all of that.
Kevin? You're up!
It's good to see you again, Father. You too. Wasn't expecting you of all people to get an invitation here. Or you, for that matter, little lady.
I'm sure you weren't. I've got something I want to ask you. But I suppose that can wait until later.
For sure. Are you sure you're feeling alright? Right as rain. I'm feeling just great. All that sleep must have done me a lot of good. And I see you guys made a whole lot of progress while I was out cold, too.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Kevin Graham. Or maybe I don't need to introduce myself since you seem to know a thing or two about everyone who's come in here so far. True, I was able to tell what was happening at the Liberl Arc from the garden. And out of all the people here, you are the one closest to the truth of what is happening here. Am I wrong? What? No, I don't think you are. I can't pretend to be much of an expert on what Fantasma itself is. But I've got a pretty good idea as to who's responsible for all of this. Maybe it's gonna be whoever killed Rufina. I can only think of one person twisted enough to put us through all we've been through.
Wait, is it someone you know? You could say that, yeah. The short version is, they're a real piece of work. A cunning, arrogant, cold-hearted son of a bitch who doesn't even see people as people. That about sums up who we're dealing with. Sounds like a real awful guy. And who, may I ask, is it that you're talking about? Well, about that. Would you be willing to wait just a bit longer for the answer to that one? I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm still missing one last thing to let me be completely certain. And I think we'll find out just what that is in the 6th plane. And here I thought we were finally going to get an answer. Is there a reason you can't share your theory as is? Yeah, I realize I'm asking a lot after we've come so far. But I promise that as soon as I know for sure, I'll talk. I swear on the goddess's name and on the church's emblem. Wow. He's definitely going to tell us. Well, I don't see any reason to say no. Likewise, he's clearly got his reasons. It's not often you ask us for favors, so I can let it slide. No problem here. If he says wait, I'll wait. I feel as though we can trust your judgment, Kevin, so I have no objections either. Me neither. I don't really care as long as I get to have my fun. I believe we're all in agreement then. Yup, consider this one settled. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Anyway, now that I'm up, I'm also down to take lead again. And I'd appreciate it if you backed me up. No problem. It seems like you're all ready to move on. While you're advancing through the 6th plane, I'll do all that I can on my end to find out more about the 7th. Of course, if you need my support, I'll be happy to provide it through the cube and the monuments as I always have. So, can we set Celeste as our support? Now that you mention it, we haven't really thanked you for all the help you've given us since we've got here, have we? Thanks, Celeste. We couldn't have done this without you. We truly are in your debt. Please think nothing of it. I am but a shadow, placed here with a duty to fulfill. I believe helping you to be part of that duty. If I may, allow me to help you however I can. Will do. Sorry for worrying you too, Reese. But I'm just fine now. So please, just leave everything to me. I'm begging you. Only if you promise me one thing. What is it? I won't make you promise not to put yourself in danger or to overdo it. But don't do anything that would make Rufina sad. You really know how to hit a guy where it hurts, don't you? So, will you promise? Yeah, I promise. I swear on her name, I won't. Alright, so Kevin is back in action. And, I think, oh wow, the entire rest of the party is mutable?
I am ready. Piece of cake.
You ready?
You cannot be surprised about this configuration. Come on now. Probably who we're going to end up doing the rest of the game with, even though Richard and oh my god, Richard and Renne, their orbits are just godlike, dude. Renne especially, she's friggin' ridiculously good, but we gotta gut her just to remove all temptation. And let's gut Richard too. Though Richard's isn't nearly as grand. But seriously, without them being as good as they were right out of the box, we'd have been completely screwed. I myself am but a shadow bound by the laws of Fantasma. As such, I'm afraid I'm limited in what I can do. But I'll be sure to do all I can to support you in your efforts. Alright. And can we synthesize any new godlike quartz? Not really. We've probably hit the wall on what we can synthesize, which I'm okay with. Probably. Hold on. Kevin, yeah, he still has ones.
Hers are all maxed out. I made sure to do that. Estelle and Joshua still have them. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, save, pick things up next time, and get started on the next plane. But that's all gonna be then, so definitely see you for more Trails in the Sky the 3rd. Bye for now, guys.